Guys, it is Super Tuesday, and you guys are tuning in the Donovan Sadiq Show. Don't believe the hype with the infamous Demetra K, who has come out of her box.
I'm about to say her hibernation.
Yeah, her hibernation, her box, her shyness. Those of you guys have experienced the Demetra K experience. Okay, you guys, very important. Today's November 6th, 2018. It is election day, and the first question I got to ask you, Dee, is did you vote?
I surely did.
Could we maybe have a little insight of who you might have voted for?
Everybody.
Everybody.
I wrote myself in a few times. I did say.
Oh, no, I did that too. I wrote myself in a few things. I didn't know who that person was.
Especially when it came to the sheriff. Both of them is bad for business as far as I'm concerned.
Right. Now, bad for business, why?
Because they bad for business for black people. Especially that Chad Bianco.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know how that mess got. I almost cussed. Mm-hmm. That's how furious I am on my timeline. But I saw a thread, and people were asking him different things. And of course, the same old MAGA crowd. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're great, this, that, and the other. And somebody asked him what was he? He says a Republican. He's tough on crime. And I was like, okay.
Oh, key word there. Tough on crime.
Yeah, tough on crime means we tough on black people.
Yeah, we tough on black folks.
And the Stan Sniff dude, he's
still sniffing butt.
I mean, to me, they all the same gang. So I wrote myself.
You said all in the same gang.
They're all in the same gang.
Yeah, that was a song produced by Dr. Dre, right?
They need to redo it, 2018.
Yeah, I used to like the
and make it for Congress.
Right, I used to like the backside of that. It's called Mike's Rap when he's talking about the origination of the Crips and the Bloods. He's like, yeah, man, let me tell you how it went down, dog. We used to go down to Compton and walk around. There used to be a white gang called the Chips.
Oh, you talking about Michael Concepcion?
Yeah. He's talking how it all got started. Mm-hmm. Somehow we ended up jumping on each other, and then we have a whole saying: "Crips don't die, we just multiply." And somehow we multiplied like a motherfucker. So, great stuff there. So, very important today. They say, and I don't know why they say this, every election cycle, it's the most pivotal election of all times. You've got to get out and vote and do all these other things.
I just rather have a V8, but instead I just, made me a green juice,
Right. So, when they say that, it's the most pivotal election of your time. Mm-hmm. What is your take on that? I mean,
why? That's what I want to know. Why is it the most pivotal? Because now that, the Republicans have the House and all that, now it's pivotal so the Democrats can get it back, and then once you get it back, what you're going to do with it, and vice versa. So why is it pivotal to who? Especially if it hasn't changed on the ground level. Is it pivotal to Congress so you can continue making the laws that benefit you? Or is it going to be pivotal to the people? Who is it pivotal for and why?
Okay, so let me ask you this. Why, as a black person, why should we even vote? I mean, we get treated like shit. They're stepping on our necks. They're shooting us down the streets. The Democrats are keeping us on welfare. The Republicans just care about the rich, whatever your situation is on that. Why should we vote? You know what? Who gives a damn,
that's my sentiment as well. But, we should vote to have a voice, if that even means anything. I don't even know what the hell that means. I'm having a voice. A voice to do what? I dare you go try to go in on the Senate floor and have a voice and see if your ass ain't carted up out of there. So, they say we should vote. You'd be politically involved. But, there's that argument. We talked about this a little bit before. But you have especially black people, the older black cats, like the John Lewis's and the NAACP.
I'm out of my little gang.
Yeah, and I heard John Lewis said that his blood was on a little bit of his blood was on the bridge.
They beat my black ass.
Yeah, all of that. So, and they say our ancestors, Oprah did a big stomp for Stacey Abrams a couple of days ago. She told I think an eloquent story in regards to I can't remember the guy's name, but he was an older guy back in the 60s. Mm-hmm. Went to vote, he walked to one poll, and they said, oh, boy, you at the wrong place. Walked to another poll 6 miles, and they said, boy, you at the wrong place. Did it like 3 times or so, and by the time you got to the last one, it was closed. Mm-hmm. And so she says, basically, how dare you as black people sit on your butt and not do anything when you have people like that sacrifice?
Let me rehash that word that you just said. How dare you sit on your black Negro asses? Go ahead.
Wow.
Go ahead.
You say tomato, and I say tomato.
Right.
But nah, so I honestly, I get all that. And I 135,000% agree with that. However, we got to think about when our peoples were marching and trying to vote and all that back in the 60s and before that. They were voting to move the ball so that we could have voter rights and things like that, and integration and all of that. But so anybody with just a little bit of sense, I ain't even asking how much. Think about what has happened since then, and what our ancestors want us to be voting for the same stuff or what they want us to move the ball and say, okay, God dog it. And we've gotten you voter rights in A, B, C, and D. Now y'all golly, 60 years? Y'all supposed to have been somewhere. Or 50 years, y'all supposed to have been somewhere else by now. Like y'all supposed to have your, group economics, your own neighborhoods, hospitals, grocery stores. Y'all supposed to have it going on. Because think about it. Back in the 60s, black people were more organized.
Mm-hmm.
We
were more centralized.
Yeah, and we were, because obviously segregation, which that's a whole other argument, because some people said that integration has hurt black people.
It has. I believe it has.
It is. I mean, due to the numbers, it has hurt black people. But I don't think the ancestors would have wanted us to go vote. They would want us to be smart with our votes, because that's what they were. They were voting for people who were going to help them get change. But we're just voting because
Clayton Powell.
Somebody up on Facebook said, vote all blue.
Right. What does that mean?
They don't even know what that means.
Vote all blue.
Are you supposed to vote all Democrat?
So, okay, I'm going to use a local example.
Mm-hmm.
I am in a town that has had the biggest bribe in FBI history.
Mm-hmm.
And that bribe, of the people involved in that bribe, were Democrats.
Right.
And currently...
Yes, vote all blue.
And currently, 3 of the council members that are moving the city in the wrong direction are Democrats. And the ongoing corruption... The ongoing corruption is still being led by these Democrats. So I should just continue to vote blue?
Did you hear what I said? Vote all blue.
Vote all blue. Regardless,
like all these clothes you got on right now, this shirt, but vote all blue.
Regardless of...
Yeah, because listen, I don't want you to...
Even though these people are not in my interest.
That's too much information. You just need to know, you just need to vote all blue. You don't need to... I mean, and essentially, I know we're being stupid here, but that's essentially what they're saying. Just vote all blue. Listen, I don't want you to go do no research. I don't want you to find out these people in corruption. I don't want you to find out none of that shit. I just want you to vote blue because that's what you should do.
Because grandma did it.
Grandma did it. But like you said, anybody with a half a brain or just one eye open, they would hear exactly what you said and be like, well, damn, they got corruption? Well, maybe I shouldn't be voting for that blue person. Or maybe the red person is going to do a better job. But why would I continuously vote for chicanery and just nonsense?
Right. Or, whatever I'm doing. So I never understood that concept. Shouldn't anybody that votes vote your interest? You can't sit there and tell me some of the... Okay, I'm pro-life. I don't believe in abortion. And that's a Republican platform with their pro-life. They're staunchly, that. But you're telling me to vote blue, so the Democrats are for killing babies, and I already did my research on the Planned Parenthood thing, which is the biggest Holocaust going on in the black community right now, and I'm still supposed to vote blue?
Other than, police brutality.
Other than police brutality and all that other stuff, I'm still supposed to vote blue.
Yeah, because the Democrats are for black people.
But
they're for the people.
But the Democrats are giving out, they champion other people's problems, but they haven't addressed...
minorities, they lump us into being
minorities. They're minorities, and they give us, they give certain people of us Section 8 that keeps us from reaching our potential.
Well, because listen.
So I should vote blue?
If I snatched away the Section 8 food stamps and all the other stuff,
you don't get nothing.
Well, then you might wake up and say, golly, if I don't work, I don't eat. And so I might go gosh, just catch this concept now. I might go be self-sufficient. And guess what? When I'm self-sufficient, I don't need what? You.
You don't need, right, exactly.
Right, I don't need you because I ain't it, and this is the crazy part. I'm glad you brought this up. And I just wanted to kind of just bring this, especially to black people. All right, so, and you're numbers guys, so correct me if I'm wrong. So what percentage of Democrats are black people? About 80-ish or so?
They say black people vote in the high 80s of the Democratic election. It's almost a giveaway.
So almost, let's just say all for the sake of argument, black people, with a exception of a few, are Democrats.
Okay. Democrats, right.
Now, we know that a lot of black people spend a lot of time in church, right? Now, to your other argument, Democrats are pro-choice, which means they agree with the woman's right to choose and abortion and all that other stuff. So how is it that, to me it's an oxymoron, How are you a black Democrat that spent a bunch of time in church, but yet you're for the murder of innocent babies? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh my God.
Also, when you sit in church, and I've sat in church a long time, and also how I know this stuff, I can also sometimes be a preacher. But the Bible says, 2 Timothy 2:15, study to show thyself approved, rightfully dividing the word of truth. And so that doesn't just mean for the Bible, that means in life. And so to your earlier point about, well, there's corruption in the the Democrat Party. Well, if you're studying for yourself and then rightfully dividing the word of truth to see actually what is true, you would go below the surface and find out all that stuff out, wouldn't you?
I sure
would. Then, so scientifically speaking, if you put a little bit of research to it, then your result should be, okay, maybe I shouldn't vote for that. Maybe I shouldn't vote for the Democratic Party because after I've done my research, they are actually in direct contradiction to who I say I am.
Okay. Of course, Miss Shantae is listening, and I'm sure she would love to jump in on this exact point. But
that's just want some green juice.
But no, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that will. Okay, this is one of the very few days I will get people not only just in the community but within my family that would say, "How am I supposed to vote now?" You really enlightened me today when I asked you about your niece asking you versus somebody out the street. I mean, could you rehash that real quick?
Yeah. So I did vote today, and my niece is voting. But so she was asking me on different measures and things like that. Asked me what my opinion was, and so you jokingly said something, or somebody said, can she research it? And I said, well, even if you do research it,
you might not understand.
You might not understand it. So I felt like I understand it probably a little bit better than she does. So it's better that she comes to somebody like myself who does have her best interest at heart and who is just not one of those, well, you should just vote blue, girl.
If it says Democrat, vote it.
Yeah, So I gave her some insight on what she asked me about it, and so she can. I didn't tell her what to do,
right?
But now she can make more of an informed decision on how she should vote.
Yeah, I was telling somebody that contacted me yesterday. And I said, look, I can tell you the issues and, like you said, kind of help you out.
Right.
But I don't know what your interests are.
Right.
So it's really hard for me to tell you to vote this person when I don't know if your values are the same as mine or your agenda is the same as mine.
And I had the same conversation with my nephew and his girlfriend this morning. They were asking me about different things. And
they're not married. They must not be Republican.
I think they would probably lean. They're probably in the middle. Yeah. But they were asking me about different measures and stuff, and I broke it down to them, and they was like, "Oh, I didn't know." But because gosh, you can't even turn on the TV, the radio, YouTube, or nothing. So I just can't wait till tomorrow.
Yes.
Because I don't have to see none of those proposition, this and that ads, and so there's so much information out there. Say yes, say no, yes, say. How would you really? Honestly, this is just my opinion. I think it's written that way on purpose to confuse people.
Yeah, it is.
And again, it goes back to them all being in the same game. There ain't none of those politicians going to lose a dime.
Same party.
Right.
Even if the Democrats, I want everybody to listen to this, even if the Democrats take the House back, do you think Trump is going to be impeached? If you do, you're a damn fool.
Yeah, I mean.
Because when they do that, that will set a precedent. And then when the next party takes over, they're going to do it, and it's just going to be an ongoing thing, and the government's going to come to a standstill. Now, do I like Trump? Absolutely not. But what I'm saying is we're dealing with the ruling party. Nancy Pelosi, when President Bush illegally invaded...
She's still alive?
Yeah, she's still alive, thank you. Oh my God, I can't believe it. But invaded Iraq, that was a war crime.
Oh, yeah.
That was a war crime. And what did she say? We're going to take impeachment off the table. Why?
Because she didn't want to take her money off the table.
There you go.
She's profiting. They're all profiting from that.
Yes. They're profiting from our stupidity.
Like you said, it's the ruling party, and those propositions and all that other stuff, they're written to confuse people on purpose because we don't want you to have a clear-cut picture of who's really going to be getting some money, who's really going to... We don't want y'all. We just want you guys, just to make you guys think you have a choice in the matter. You really don't.
And, I want you guys to... And I know I'm picking on the Democrats a lot, but I have to pick on what I predominantly know. And there's not very many black people in the Republican Party. Let's just be honest about that. A good example of Maxine Waters. She puts her sound bites out there, but notice she went tragically silent. And I remember she's supposed to be working on reparations. Whatever happened to that, Dee?
She worked on her own reparations.
She got her money.
So were we specific what we had to work on?
Right.
Because see, that's what's going to make the difference. If we wasn't specific, then she thought we said her own, then we got what we asked for.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know. I just, I can really only I mean, I can speak to other stuff, but you know, just speaking to black people in general, I mean, we just got to get to a point to where we stop waiting for. To me, I see black people like this. Not all, but you know, as a majority.
Mm-hmm.
I see us like as that baby bird. What does a baby bird do when it's waiting to be fed? It goes like this, and his mom drops food into its mouth.
Regurgitates it. Yeah.
Right, and then it's like, okay, when you're hungry, you just open your mouth again, and then almost drop something in there. But then we don't take the other part of the bird dynamics. Is when they grow up, what does the mama do?
Leave.
She said, get your
Get
your ass up out the nest.
Yeah, time for you to fly.
I've taught you everything you should know to be self-sufficient.
Women.
Oh,
get this idea. You don't let Ray and Pookie sit on the couch until they're 28 years old with all the grandbabies, and then you want to kick them out.
Right.
You need to kick them out as soon as they graduate high school. And I don't mean kick them out if they're not productive.
Yeah, if they're productive, it's a different story. But yeah, like you said, if they waking up right about now, it's 12:30.
I'm going to go look for a job.
And then they ain't rolled the trash cans out to the curb, and and the only reason why they do it is because they hear the beep, beep, beep,
right.
that the truck getting ready to turn the corner.
You know, it's funny that you say that because Pastor Don asked me, he goes, why do you go and move your neighbor's trash can? I said, because I live here.
That's what neighbors do. But see, and then no shade to Pastor Don. I don't know if you listen. Yeah. No shade to Pastor Don, but just because you brought it up, it's like, but that's where we've come to in society, where back in the day we knew everybody on the block, but now it's like, that's not my trash cans. Right. But like you said, it's my neighbors. They're cool. Not only that, it's in front of my house too, and it's unsightly. And if I'm pulling mine and shit, I pull it.
Right. I'm already out here.
It ain't gonna kill me to do that.
And then if you don't know your neighbors and you do that, that's a good way for them to, hey, thank you for bringing in my, hey, what's your, my case?
I will say this though, because I've had a few neighbors at this point. They moved in and out of this particular house, but we would mow their lawn too.
Right.
And do you know these wouldn't mow ours back? And so, because of course I got that from my dad. He said, shit, you rolling the lawnmower, roll layers over there too. Yeah. But I said, Daddy, we do that. However, when they mow their grass, they don't mow ours. He said, well, shit, stop mowing their grass.
Yeah, well, I picked that up from being military. Cause like you don't know if that person's deployed or whatever. And I had a neighbor that was, he had daughters, so it was like my dad was like, cut their grass. But,
yeah, but I'm saying if they're rolling their lawnmower, they don't roll it over yours.
No, and I understand that because and then maybe they might do something different than maybe cut the grass. Well, of course you live. We're in a thing like that, but I'm just saying it's like my neighbor's next door to me right here.
Oh no, you got some cool neighbors.
No, I got some cool neighbors, but I would cut their yard, and they would look at me like, "What the hell are you doing?" What the hell? I was like, "Hey, you don't mind?" Yeah, I'm just being a neighbor, because they're so big. Because here's the thing when it comes to grass. I know people say, "Why y'all going to that? This ain't home." What's that show? Home Improvement. This
this is a garden variety.
Yeah, garden variety show, right? But the thing is, you can cut your grass and make it look nice and pristine all you want. If your neighbor's grass is fucked up,
with weeds and
dandelions lying on the it ain't helping your situation. So you might as well. You're already going to be out there. Just do it.
That's where we are in society. I ain't doing nothing. But remember when it takes a village.
Yeah.
Now it's like shit. That ain't my kids.
Well, and it's really sad too because you could be out here, and with that attitude that we have today, these people have today. The kid can see the trash right there. Oh, it ain't mine. I didn't throw it down, and they won't pick it up.
For the life of me, I don't. Even if I'm in a grocery store or somewhere, if I'm the can and roll it, shit up. They ain't paying me. Some people say, I ain't paying me to do that. They got people to do that already.
Right, but God persists in your own neighborhood. I'm gonna pick up trash because I don't want the shit up in my.
No, that's too much. Too much. The trash man will be here.
Yeah, but if it's just rolling all over the place, and if you don't pick it up, who's gonna pick it up?
But then that does kind of tie into our whole conversation in regards to voting and election and black people, if you will, and politics. Is that we got to go and pick up the trash ourselves.
Right.
We got to stop waiting for everybody else to pick up the garbage. A lot of that is within our control.
Yes.
And so, like you said, Sunday we had the conversation, about black people and Democrats, and a lot of, well, not a lot, but there's some people on the show that says that we need to vote Democrat because for right now, it's the best thing we got going, and there's a lot of people who still need the ACA and this, that, and the other. And we gave them some pushback, like, well, I mean, at the end of the day, let's say that the Democrats don't take the House, and Republicans end up getting more representation, and they end up doing away with Obamacare. Then what are we going to do? Because we know that black people, we are the most ill people. Health-wise, in America, so we suffer from we're like at the top or bottom, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, we're at the. Yeah.
We suffer the most from every ailment, and so it's like
we're in the negative and we're low on the positive.
Yeah, but so it's like, at what point of your health do you want to take responsibility with? Because at the end of the day, a Republican, nor Democrat, or whoever, Ross Perot, wherever the hell he is. None of them are forcing no chicken bones down your throat. Nobody is forcing you to eat whatever the message you eat in sweet tea. Nobody is forcing you to do that. And so at what point of the process do you want to get involved with and say, you know what? There is something I can do to help me. And so that's why, I don't agree with the Democrat agenda, because the Democrats think they're slick, is what it is. We just keep giving them a little bit. Like, that's right. And anybody who's been on housing, I have not, although sometimes I'm like, damn, what would I do with a housing voucher? Shit, I could be coming up. But they're not giving you housing vouchers for the most part to live in no good neighborhoods. Most people don't know what a housing voucher, you live in there's probably 30 rats in the house. Right,
and then now that with this new thing where they're trying to put a few single moms in the neighborhood, people are stopping that shit because it's just they're bringing all the hood shit with them.
Right. And so they're not giving you enough aid, cash aid, to go make a difference. Most people I know who have been on cash aid or welfare, some people will know, call it, they're not making no major strides. They barely getting by. Right. So it's not, the Democrats just got that. To me, it's like a carrot on a string. I'm going to let you nip it every once in a while.
Whereas, what do I always say on the show? Trump's going to make the hood great again because he's going to cut all that shit off, which I think he should. And I'm not saying that to be cruel. People say, oh, you're cruel when you do that. What about these people? You know what? Some people are going to suffer because they don't want to do for themselves, and some people, there are some innocent people that might really get
Black people.
But we are survivors.
We were the most progressive before we got
bamboozled.
Well, all of that. We were the most progressive. We did business with each other. We survived with each other. We relied on each other. But that's why I said it was all by design. Let's get these Negroes discombobulated. Let's give them the illusion that we're going to do something for them, and then just keep them comfortable. And we've been that way for the last 60 plus years. We've just been not even comfortable. Because I couldn't imagine being comfortable on the little bit of money you do get, the housing voucher they give you.
Yeah, it just robs you of your potential.
Yeah, or your dignity. That's one thing we had too when our ancestors were fighting for rights. We had dignity. There was just some things you wasn't going to do. My dad says it all the time, God bless the child that has his own. And that's the ideology we had, and now we are, well, I want God to bless me with somebody else's efforts.
Right, or, we're the only culture that waits for other people to do for us.
Right, and so...
And it wasn't always like that. It's just a recent phenomenon.
Just like you said, the perfect word has just been bamboozled.
Yeah, we've been bamboozled.
Bamboozled. Hey, don't worry. You're down on, and that's what welfare was for. I don't down welfare at all.
You need a social net for those to help.
For people who need it, because I know a lot of people from different countries, and they're like, welfare. Yeah. What's that?
It's almost like storage. If you guys haven't traveled, there's no such thing as a storage facility in most of the countries in the world.
Yeah, because you don't need all this extra garbage.
They use everything that they buy.
I mean, I know people with storages, and it's like...
Wait, are you talking about?
Nah.
What are you talking about?
And the cool part about this, because my dad has storages too, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Because God forbid you go, it's going to be my... I ain't going to go clean out none of that shit.
Wait, you're going to store something you're not using.
Yeah, and then you got a whole house full of stuff. Right.
It's madness.
It is madness.
It's total madness.
It's madness, and so, at one point, and don't get me wrong, I mean, I know our view is not popular because I have spent a lot of black people saying, how could you think like that, and why would you say that, and they're appalled. I'm sure I've been deleted.
Maybe we need to think differently to get out of the situation.
Right, what do they call insanity?
Trying the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
I mean, and then most of the people I know who complain about You know, because Trump is a douche. I don't think anybody's gonna say he's not. The dude is a douchebag, okay? But at the same time, it's like some of this you can't blame everything on them. Right. Some of this has got to be about you, and it's something like what I was trying to say is, you know, one of my friends who is a staunch Democrat. I don't even think she knows why she is.
Programming.
She is, and I don't want to say the most, but she's very unhealthy. Yeah. To say the least.
Yeah, she's programmed.
And so she doesn't want ACA to go away, and I don't think it should go away. I think it should, you know.
No, everybody needs universal health care. Other countries have it, and it works.
Isn't it a little abusive at some point in time if you're relying on ACA but you're not taking care of yourself?
Exactly. That's the problem. That's the problem. It's like, well, okay, put it like this. Okay, those of us that pay for our insurance. Because I'm paying for it, I'm going to use it.
Right.
I'm not throwing my money out the window. I'm going to make sure I go to the doctor.
Or because you got to go pay a co-payment, you're going to try to be proactive because, I don't know, co-payment's $25, $30, depending on what kind of insurance you have.
It is, yeah.
So, you're going to take care of yourself.
I'm going to take care of myself. I mean,
you're going to try to.
Because I'm paying the money. I mean, I'm going to get...
But if I just I'm sick, and let me go and swipe my ACA card, I ain't got to pay no prescription. I ain't got to pay no doctor's visits. I can have surgeries. I can, you name it, I got it for free. But it's like, life happens, but it can't be happening while it's Tuesday. Let's go to Popeyes right now. This is wait, not to cut you off. This will be a good experiment.
Right.
Today is Tuesday.
Take a video.
Popeyes. Go in there, see who's in there, and then say, by any chance, do you benefit from the ACA?
We need to do that as an assignment.
And then you give them the side eye. What you doing up in here? You know what I'm saying? What you doing in here? I can do it here and I want to. Exactly.
So,
not that it's our business, but it's our curiosity.
No, but that would be a great assignment to do that, to kind of prove the point. And we're not saying everybody does this, but we're saying we are the most unhealthiest group of people in the United States.
And just as simply say, did you vote today? Yes, blue or red? Oh, I'm voting for blue. I'm a Democrat through and through. Well, why? Because they get this, that, and the other.
My mom said this, and I think she got it from her mother, and I think, the family, that's where we had pride and stuff back in our day. There's an old saying, all money ain't good money.
Ain't good money.
And here's the one saying that my mom had told me when I was a kid. If they're giving it away for free, what's wrong with it?
Right. Did it fall on the floor before they gave it to you?
Right. So, hey, one of my good friends from Japan is listening, Shamita. My mom used to call her, I used to be in love with this girl, right? Wouldn't give me the time of day in high school.
I don't blame her, shit.
Yeah, well, But my mom was like, and I think me and Missy, we didn't like date, but we dated a little bit.
Donovan, you ain't got to lie.
Okay, we dated.
Right, but too much on it now.
But my mom could never remember the girl's name. Because her nickname is Missy.
Okay.
And my mom said,
that little black girl? That little black girl.
Yeah, because Missy was like, she beautiful black skin.
Okay.
Remember I told you?
That little black girl.
Yeah, remember I told you, I always loved, for some reason, my grandmother was dark, I loved girls with black skin. So my mother could not remember this girl's name, and she'd always say, that little black girl? And then Missy's mom is a red bone.
Okay.
So it was kind of like it's something down in the South. It's just a crazy thing where they have that color thing going or whatever. And her mother was in the military, my mom was in the military. It's a big old thing. But anyway, I want to give a shout out to her and
what up, Shamita?
Yeah, Shamita. We call her Missy, and her son Jaren's in the Air Force.
Okay.
And, it's just an ongoing thing. But what I want to talk about real quick is local politics. Now, have you heard that a lot of drama's been happening up here locally? And Carla Thornton, District 2, took $10,000. And just the other day, yesterday I believe it was, she took another $5,000. The PAC reported $169,000. So do your math. Wait. So do your math. Because there's at least $155,000 still waiting.
So where did it go?
Thank you. Bingo.
God,
was that a down payment for if she got on the seat? Because she had a very good chance of winning without the money.
Well, so when will you guys know where the money is or going?
Well, once the election is over, we'll find out, but you gotta wait to look at the 460s and just, little monies here and there.
You know what's concerning to me is that I've seen on the blogs where there's a lot of people said, so what? I don't care. If she took the money, I'm still voting for her. But it's like, y'all be the same mofos. That's motherfuckers for short for y'all. Some of y'all don't know what that means. Y'all be the same mofos that cry about the corruption and how the direction of the city is going, but you sit up and talk about, I don't care, I like her. At least you're still getting my vote.
Right.
Shut up.
You know, that Brown Act violation, you see Gutierrez, all the people that are up there got caught up in it, and people will still vote for these people. Oh, it doesn't matter, he broke the law, we're just going to, you know, he's moving the city in the right direction.
Well, it's, you know, I just learned this in life, that some people just like, some people like drama.
Yeah.
Some people, they're not comfortable, and they don't know it, but they're not comfortable if everything is running smoothly and things are going right. Because to me, it's like the whole Fox News thing. The best thing that ever happened to Fox News is when Obama got elected, because it gave them a story, whether it was a lie, whatever, every day.
And Rush Limbaugh's numbers went up, and
all of that.
He was on his way out.
So if there's nothing to talk about, then gosh, we might have to go be productive.
Right.
We might have to get off the internet because it's boring on here. We might have to actually go live our lives, you know. So some people like the drama.
Right.
They like showing up at City Hall. Oh, I can't believe you did this.
Right, but here's a person who talked about, you know, she was an Air Force veteran, and she talked about Air Force core values. Now, unfortunately, Air Force core values are, you know, integrity and, you know, da-da-da-da. And that's obvious she doesn't have any, because, you know, we were telling her, you come out with this, if you take the money, so what? You just admit it and go about your business. So, yeah, I took the money and...
Well, I mean, she's like, y'all some fools any damn way. Half the people talking about they still gonna vote for me, they don't care. So why? My thing is this: if people really don't care, they still vote for. Why? Honestly, does she need to answer for that?
Sure.
What difference does it make? I mean, it's just if she gets on the seat, it's more than likely the will of the people, unless it was some cheating or something.
Well, if she does get on the seat, the minute she gets on there, it's going to be everything's going to go haywire.
Well,
recalls, it's just going to be
yeah, but she don't care shit.
Yeah,
you know.
And and it's really sad because when I see, and this is what I said about, like, you know, Leroy and people like that. I remember Luke Fuller. I get tired of black people being used and abused, and then we're put in a negative light like this.
But do the black people get tired of being used and abused?
No, of course not. We love it.
You know, because imagine if black people had our own party, they wouldn't even be concerned with that.
Don't be talking that.
I'm just saying, you know, they wouldn't be getting used and abused. You know, and there's a lot of black people who are just gonna vote for those people just because they're black, and I get it. But, you know, always bet on black. But, you know, and see if that person could cut the mustard. See if they are really going to be for you. Because there's a lot of black people in office that just got black skin.
Yeah,
that's it.
I mean, look at all the black dummy-crats. I mean, you got a caucus. What has the caucus done for you? You got the NAACP. What has the NAACP done for you? But, so that's my point with that. But, but before I go, we got about 12 minutes left. I want to talk about this one thing that has really hurt me in my heart. It was a personal attack. I provided service here to this city and to the nation.
Oh my God. Are you talking about because I didn't share my green juice with you?
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about Don Fleming attacking me in the 12th hour of an election. And you read it. You were one of the first people I called.
I did.
And me and Daryl Terrell we did a show a couple days ago. And I kind of told him the importance of getting a PR person.
People don't listen.
I don't know why they don't listen.
People don't listen because they think they know everything.
But what is your take on that attack on me? Because he didn't really clarify what I was lying about. And then all these friends of hers, first thing the black person's going to say is, God bless you, and Denise is a fine person. You know, they say all these generic terms about her, but they can't. Okay, well, let me
just say this. Because after my show, because, you know, that's when I actually got a chance to look at it all unfold, I learned a little bit more. And so I saw that.
Was I exposed? No, I'm joking. You were learning more about me.
Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like he responded on something you posted.
No, no, he just out of the blue.
So what did he respond on?
Well, he responded on something I posted weeks ago.
Okay, so regardless. And so I saw there's two parts here.
Okay.
Well, the first part is I understand, now I understand. This is just, that's a fact. Now I understand why he responded. Because at first I thought it was just,
if that was him.
Because at first I thought it was just he came to you. But I get why he responded now, because it was something you posted in regards to his wife, and so.
But I've been doing that for
I know, but
but
I'm just trying to make a clarification.
Okay.
So I understand why he did it. He did it to defend his wife. That's human nature. Okay, so let's just leave it at that.
Why didn't he do that 5 years ago?
Okay, well maybe, I don't know, maybe people do weird stuff. However.
Or maybe he's slow.
No.
No, I'm just saying slow as in it took him 5 years to realize.
Right, a lot of people ain't really internet savvy, so they're trying to figure it out. But, so I understand why he did it. I do. He's defending his wife, as a man should. But the other part that's kind of messed up is, to your other point, is you did it at the 11th hour, and it's like, dude, maybe her campaign was running smoothly. Like, why make issues? I don't know how big of an issue it would be. I don't know. But why make issues when you don't need to? But if you're going to come out, at least be factual. Say stuff that you can prove. That way, he has you in a pigeonhole, and then, because I think his intent was for one to defend his wife, and the other to put egg on your face that Donovan's just whoop.
I'm just a liar.
Now he could have done. See, they need to have me on the team. I'd have had them handle you.
Well, see, that's why you're over here. See, I learned from the master.
I had them handle you like this.
Because did I not spin it? Did I not spin it correctly? Because
right.
A lot of people were saying, "Damn, dude."
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
Even Pastor Don was like, "Holy."
God, when you were reading that to me, I was like, "Why would he? It's just why would he do that?" You.
And then other people had to jump on it to kind of help him, and they didn't do a very good job either.
There's just wow.
Because they were like, Denise is this and that, and I'm a liar, and then and then I put up the pastor Bishop Sykes' rebuking
so that's not, and older people. I don't know how old Mr. Fleming is. I don't.
I think he's 107.
You know what? Stop it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, he is a veteran. Let me be fair to my fellow veterans.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't 88. Know. Okay, so you shut up. He's not no damn 88. He's older than us, put it that way. I'm gonna assume. I don't know.
Yes.
He's older than us, but I think at some point in time, and I'm not, and listen, Mr. Fleming or anybody from the Fleming camp, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just giving my analysis.
I am. But go ahead.
I'm not. But at some point in time, we have to start using wisdom. Because wisdom would have told, if I was in his shoes, wisdom would have said, you know what, this is my wife's campaign, politics is not pretty, I don't want to say anything that's going to derail her, in the politics they call it a gaffe. I don't want to, do anything to derail her campaign, so I'm just going to sit low. But then since he didn't use wisdom in regard to that, he dragged pastors back into it, he dragged you into it, and he know you ain't going to keep your mouth closed. And anybody else who might have saw that, it's like you just open up a bunch of the Pandora's box, and you didn't need to do that right now. Like, wait till your woman get on the seat, and then you say, "Now, motherfucker."
Right.
That's when you do all of that. But I didn't understand it.
And then Denise's camp, the same people came in there, and they couldn't even articulate anything that you know what I mean? Like, oh, he's a liar. Based on what? Based on what?
I guess it was a friend who doubled down on the defense of her, and that's fine.
That's fine. You can defend it.
But it's like, to me, if I was Denise, I would have to reel all my people in and say, we are supposed to be on cruise control right now. Don't nobody say nothing. Don't say nothing.
To this crazy man.
No, don't say nothing at all until you run that by me and my advisor. Because we need to make sure that we don't have to walk stuff back, or because we're on cruise control. And last thing we need to be doing is cleaning up our own messes. Like, if somebody else throws something at us, great, we need, because that's what you're on tactical alert now to be able to deal with that stuff. Like the picture of you coming out of the titty bar, or whatever the case is. That's what
or the Rick James wig.
You know what's that? But you don't want to be cleaning up your own mess right now. So I would have told, if I was Denise, I would have said, don't nobody move until I say.
Like she usually does.
All of that. Don't move. Don't nobody put out nothing about me. Don't put no shit out about you. Let's just go dead silent right now, all on social media.
Don't engage this guy.
Right. If somebody asks you about me and you don't know the answer, be like, that's a good question. Let me get back. All of that. Don't just be secret.
Right. But if you're gonna keep saying that I'm a liar, I'm a this, I've got the receipts.
I mean, but again, like I said, I get why he did it. I think it was an honest mistake. But and this is why. And I'm not saying hire me, because I'm the best to ever do it. Okay. But
that's why I hired her.
Get somebody who is knowledgeable when it comes to that kind of stuff, so they can say, and I'll give you guys a perfect example. Oprah Winfrey Remember when she had that the scandal with the beef industry in Texas, and they sued her?
Yeah.
She said from that point she has a lawyer, just a lawyer with the finger on the button. They have a delay now. That if she says something that is going to get her in trouble, she pushes the button and it mutes out what she said.
Right.
Because she knows that it's going to cost her money if she says the wrong thing. A lot of it is unintentional, but somebody's looking to sue you. Oprah's got a lot of money. So, but that's what the point that I'm making is people need to have that in their campaign. Right. Somebody who can put their finger on the mute button.
And that's exactly what I told Daryl too. I said when I ran, the first thing I did was got me a PR person because I just don't believe this, but a lot of people out there just don't like me. I mean, I find that hard to believe. So I needed you to polish me up and, get me straight and, and I got a few votes. And let me beat people to the punch. I got 3 votes.
Yeah, but let me just say this here. I call it giving you guys the game. Obviously, I'm not giving you it all, but I mean, you need somebody who's going to work with you to let you be you. But like you said, just to sand down the rough spots to where you're a little bit more palatable to people. And that way your message gets out. But it's just when you have too many chiefs and not enough Indians in your camp, it's a disaster.
Right. But now, let me ask you, my reply to Mr. Fleming, what is your take? Because I have been learning from the Spin Master.
I think he had it coming. Because I don't think if he knows you, and I don't think he does. I think he knows enough about you.
He knows of me.
He might know of you, but I think he knows enough about you to where you weren't going to just let it ride.
Exactly.
So that's why he had it coming. Because at least speak with some knowledge. That way you wouldn't have been able to spin it. And other than that, he would have proved you to be a liar. Right. But he just
he didn't prove anything.
Like I said, he just threw you an interception. Right. It's like you weren't even thinking about her.
I sure wasn't.
And then it's like, well, here, let me get on the radar. But again, Mr. Fleming, I understand why you did it.
Yeah, you want to defend her, but again, defend her with facts.
Yeah,
please call me. I want you to, because this is what this whole show is based on.
See, the thing is,
don't listen to what I say. Research what I say. If I'm a liar, so be it. But those people that were at that red, black, and green ball, and I did it on the show the next.
Yeah, I remember when it happened.
There were witnesses that were there. It was a fun. What am I lying about? No, you're mad because I exposed your wife.
The problem is that a lot of people operate out of emotions and not logic. Stay away from the ethos and go to the loco.
Right, exactly. I mean,
not the ethos. I'm sorry, the pathos.
The pathos.
The pathos is where people operate out of emotions. But you need to operate more out of the logos with logic.
Logic.
Because the pathos won't get you jacked up.
Right. Now, was I wrong to expose her running a campaign in the school district?
I don't think you were wrong.
Even Victoria Baca and the criminal grandma of the Inland Empire, Louise Palomares, exposed that.
I think when you're in politics, you're fair game, especially when you're not doing the right thing. And so I tell people when they come to me, are you sure you want to do this? And what is one of the first things I asked you when I started working with you?
Is there anything in your background that might come out or is a negative to your campaign?
Right. Have you been doing some unscrupulous things, something?
And I told you a bunch of stuff. Don't say it on the air.
Well, I'm just saying, but those are the things you got to think about. Don't get in the public eye if you got some skeletons, coming out the closet.
I was not a bank robber. I was whatever. But again, like I said, I don't want people to listen to what I'm saying. I want you to research what I'm saying. If I'm a liar, please tell me where I lied.
Right.
I mean, wait. Don't I always say it on every show when we bring up politics? I use her as an example. Is she qualified? Absolutely. Is she educated? I don't know why black women keep telling me how educated they are. But but I say yes. But when you ask me, is she ethical? No, she's not. In my opinion.
Well, you know what? Let's do this after election.
Okay.
Then we'll have what do they call it? The Monday morning quarterbacking.
Monday morning quarterback.
It'll be interesting.
But the point is, like I said, if you're going to come for me, please come with facts because I keep everything.
Maybe we can invite Mr. Fleming on the show.
He ain't gonna come on the show.
We'll invite him.
No, because no.
Why?
I don't like the man. So
you need to
he
stop.
Disrespected me, and like I told him, Negro, my heart don't pump no Kool-Aid. Hey, you guys. It's as simple as that. Hey, you guys. I want to thank you guys for listening. Like I said, this is the first section, but don't forget to vote this today. It's that much important. We are going to do a follow-up show. And good luck to all the candidates except Denise Fleming, Highland Fairview back candidates. Do not vote for Leroy Holt, Carla Thornton, Joanne Stephens Martinez. All of a sudden you're a Martinez again, and so on and so on and so forth. And we'll see you guys again on the next segment. I'm Donovan Sadiq, Demetra K. Peace.
Listen and understand that Terminator is out there. It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear. And it absolutely will not stop. Ever. Until you are dead.